If I could walk with the animals, talk with the animals, grunt, squeak, squawk with the animals, and they could squeak and squawk and speak and talk to me.
I am so tired of being stuck at home all the time. It feels like we haven't gotten to go anywhere in ages.
We haven't, and there's nothing new to do.
Yeah, I'm so bored of sitting around all day.
Try loafing around in a cage all day. At least the hamsters have a wheel.
What? Did you just talk?
Sure did, and I'm gonna do it again. So you're bored, huh? Miss the wide world? Listen, what if I told you that you could go all over the world without getting out of your seat?
How?
Don't look at me. I'm still hung on the fact Jigsaw can talk.
I'm gonna take you on a fun and fabulous virtual journey. I know plenty of terrific tales from all over this great globe, and they are all about my brethren, the animals. I got your clever monkeys, your buff and tough lions, your hard-partying grasshoppers. They're all the stars of some fantastic fables. A fable is a short story that can teach us a lesson or a moral. Do you know what a moral is?
I do. It's, okay, maybe I don't know.
Is it a type of mushroom?
What was the question?
Oh boy, listen. A moral is a lesson in telling right from wrong.
Lesson.
Just trust me, will ya? If you can't trust a talking guinea pig, who can you trust? Are you ready to travel the world and learn a thing or two for some cunning creatures?
Sure.
Absolutely.
You're not.
Fantastic. This is Captain Jigsaw speaking. Welcome aboard. Please review the safety card located in the seat pocket in front of you and locate the emergency exit.
Jigsaw.
All right. First time talking and you're shutting me up already. We'll begin our journey right here in the USA with a tale from the native Cherokee people who used to live in the southeastern part of the country. Welcome to the Cherokee Nation, and please enjoy the story of how the possum lost her tail and learned to play dead.
Many years ago, Possum had a strong and long, big and beautiful, extra fluffy, wuffy, gorgeous tail. She brushed it every morning and eagerly showed it off any chance she got.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube live tail stream. As you can all clearly see, my tail is looking extra sensational today. Today, as a treat for my viewers, I thought I would tell you my favorite top 5 tail care products are. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Whenever the animals held a dance, Possum would sing about her tail and work it as much as she possibly could. However, not everyone was an adoring Possum fan. In fact, there were some animals that were downright tired of Possum's constant bragging. Rabbit was one such creature. She had a lovely, fluffy, powder-puffed tail of her own, but Possum had become so obnoxious in her vanity that Rabbit had had enough. A great council meeting had been planned in the forest, in which all the animals were to attend. There was also a great dance planned, and Rabbit was in charge of inviting everyone. Rabbit stopped by Possum's house to see if she would be coming.
Good afternoon, Possum. Have you heard about the big dance at the Forest Council meeting? Knowing how much you love to dance, I'm sure we could count on your presence.
Well, hello there, my dear Rabbit. A dance, you say? Of course I'll be there. It wouldn't be much of a party without me now, would it? However, I must insist on the best seating. As you very well know, I have the most stunning tail, and it couldn't possibly be put out of view by my sitting in the back, now could it? I just couldn't face all the heartbroken admirers that would be moping around and killing the vibe because they didn't get to behold my glorious tail.
Oh my, no, we simply couldn't do that to your thousands of admirers. That would be criminal. Yes, you shall have the best seat in the house, my friend, front and center for all to see. I'll tell you what, you know Cricket, the most exclusive hairdresser in the forest? Well, how about I send him to you just before the dance for a spa day? I mean, let's be honest, that tail of yours will be the star attraction. We have to have it looking its very best.
Oh, Rabbit, bless you. If anyone deserves a spa day, it's me. Someone like you cannot possibly imagine how exhausted I am. Being worshipped is terrifically hard work. But yes, that'll do nicely. Please send Cricket by the day of the dance. Ta-ta.
Rabbit left immediately and went to Cricket's salon with a plan in mind. He told Cricket very specific instructions, and Cricket was happy to help Rabbit with the plan because, like many of the animals, he was tired of Possum's constant bragging and talking down to everyone else. When the day of the dance came, Cricket packed up his hairdressing tools and brought them to Possum's house.
Oh, welcome, Cricket. Come in, come in. I can't thank you enough for this. Of course, it benefits us both. I get the start treatment I deserve, and you get the bragging rights for having worked on the most famous tail in the forest.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Now, have a seat. Just kick back. I've got a relaxation app on my phone. Whale sounds, that's it. Close your eyes now. Just rest. That's right. Feel free to get a little beauty rest. Not that you need it. I am going to work my magic here, and I insist on no peeking or twitching or anything like that. Just chill.
As Possum began to drift off into a light snooze, Cricket began his work. Cricket started by brushing Possum's tail out in long, soothing strokes. Once he was sure that Possum was fast asleep and wasn't going to pop back up, he began cutting off all the hair on Possum's tail. Then Cricket wrapped Possum's tail tightly in a long red ribbon, making sure that no skin showed. And then he snapped his fingers to wake Possum up.
Whoa. Oh, sorry, Cricket. I was so relaxed that I must have passed out. Is it done? Can I see?
Oh no, not yet. You see, I've wrapped it in a protective ribbon to keep it in perfect shape. Plus, just imagine everyone's faces when you do the grand unveiling.
Yes, holy fish sticks. I cannot wait. Cricket, you are a genius. Making me look good makes you look good. You know what I mean? I'll be sure and give you a shout out on my YouTube channel, my Insta, my Snapchat, my Twitter, my TikTok, my Discord, and my Facebook. Thanks a mil. Kiss, kiss. See you tonight.
You couldn't be more welcome.
When night fell, Possum strutted to the dance hall and took her seat that Rabbit had ready for her, right in front for all to see. After yawning her way through Raccoon's performance and impatiently finger drumming her way through Turtle's, it was Possum's turn to dance. She strode onto the dance floor with an enormous smile on her face. The drummers began to drum, and Possum began to sing.
See my stunning tail? It's totes the all-time best.
Everyone shouted out, which thrilled Possum. She danced around the circle and sang,
See what a gorgeous color my tail is? Yours are all dull compared to mine.
The shouting grew even. Everyone shouted again, louder this time. Possum danced around the circle, faster.
See how my tail sweeps the ground? Put down your glasses of haterade and look at me.
The shouting grew even louder and wilder, and Possum threw her arms out and began spinning in a circle, wilder and wilder. At the height of excitement, Possum knew it was time to bless them with all the glory that was her tail. She unwrapped the ribbon with a flourish, then spun as fast as she could and cried.
Beautiful my tail fur is, my glorious, luxurious, fantabulous tail.
Suddenly, the room was filled with howls of laughter. Possum stopped in confusion and looked around the room. Every animal face she saw was in hysterics, pointing and laughing at her. Possum looked down and saw that her tail was naked, pale, and scaly as a lizard. She was so shocked and so embarrassed that she dropped to the ground, rolled over, and played dead. She didn't move a muscle. And now you know why Possum's tail is bare and why she plays dead when she's surprised.
I learned something here. Hair today, gone tomorrow. Okay then, how about beauty's only tail deep?
That's better. But to treat your friends that way? Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that was not a good look. It's great to be happy with the appearance and all, but there's so much more to life than that.
I know someone who once believed that there wasn't any more to life than just partying and taking it easy. His name is Grasshopper, and his story comes from a very famous storyteller named Aesop, who lived in ancient Greece on the continent of Europe. Even though Aesop's 725 fables were created over 2,000 years ago, they are still hugely popular today. Here is the story of The Ant and the Grasshopper.
Once upon a lovely, sunny summer's day, the grasshopper was enjoying himself to the fullest. The wind blew gentle breezes around him, and the scent of flowers was everywhere. He relaxed in the shade, smiling to himself and thinking about just how great his and just thinking about how great his life was.
Oh, this is the life. Nobody can harsh this mellow. Yes, sir. I am living large, baby.
Grasshopper was so content that he rubbed his wings on his back legs, playing a lazy, happy tune. An ant was working nearby and complimented the grasshopper on his pleasant song.
That's really nice, Grasshopper. I wish I could do that. It's great having some music to work to.
Work? Did you say you're working? What the flip are you doing working? The weather's incredible, and I intend to enjoy it. You're cray-cray. Working on a day like this?
I'm happy to work. The weather makes the job easier, that's for sure. But work there is, and work I must.
What in the world for? Your energy is low-key bumming me out here. If I were you, I'd take a lesson from me and just enjoy yourself. That's what life is all about.
Oh, I do enjoy myself. I enjoy knowing that all my hard work will put food on the table for my family throughout the long, hard winter. Besides, it isn't all work. We must find a balance, though life isn't a constant party. You have to plan for the future.
Well, it's official. Your aura is way, way off. If you wouldn't mind terribly, please work somewhere else. You've totally killed the vibe around here. Namaste, dude.
The ant shrugged and continued her work a little ways away from the grasshopper. She collected many seeds to store for winter and went home to her family. The next day, Ant was sweeping debris out of her anthill when Grasshopper chanced by singing, dancing, and just having a good time in general.
Hey, dude. What's good? You still working hard? Because I'm hardly working.
Well, hello there. Yep, I'm still getting it done. There'll be plenty of time to play when the work is finished.
Right. Well, I recall you saying something about a party yesterday. What are the haps on that?
What I said is life is not a constant party, and you must plan for the future.
Oh. You want me to kick back and relax like me. But to each their own, I guess. In my own, we're throwing a sick party this evening. I'm gonna let a DJ and everything. You're welcome to come if you promise not to Debbie Downer of the joint.
That is very kind of you, Grasshopper. Knowing you, it'll be one heck of a party. But I'm afraid I've got a big night planned today. Winterizing my anthill. Winter isn't really that far off.
Blows at you. Doing the most. I guess I'm glad I'm a grasshopper, not an ant. I'm just not cut out for, working and stuff. I was meant to groove. See you later. Doors open if the spirit moves you.
Anna waved to the happy-go-lucky grasshopper and continued sweeping. She had worked very hard to prepare for the coming winter and had a very large set of food set by to prove it. She was content knowing that she and her family were well prepared. Soon enough, autumn came. Food became more scarce, but it could still be found if you know where to look. And then, almost as quickly as it had come, autumn ended and winter came. The snow piled high, the wind howled, swirled freezing cold air all around, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing to eat. Grasshopper wasn't in much of a party mode any longer. Now he had actual chill and plenty of it. Hungry, feeling very depressed, he covered himself best he could with a blanket of dead leaves. Just as Grasshopper felt at his lowest point, Ant came scurrying by.
Hey, Ant. Remember me?
Why, yes, the most carefree creature in all the land. How are you doing? You don't seem nearly as carefree now, though. What's the matter?
I hit a rough patch, that's for sure. No parties, no food, no fun. I'm so weak, I can't even make my special music anymore. I didn't know hunger like this even existed. I'm canceled, man. Canceled. Well, how are you doing?
Well, I don't mean to rub it in, but since you asked, my family and I are doing quite well, thank you. We've got plenty of tasty food to last us the winter, and a nice cozy anthill that I built myself to keep us warm.
I'm pretty ashamed of myself. For reals. I partied and goofed around all summer instead of working like you did. I should have listened to you. And now look at me. Now I'm the bummer. Please, Aunt. You're a wicked awesome dude. Aunt, just this once could you find in your heart to help me? Mad props to you and all your hard work. If you feed me, I swear, I will follow in your footsteps next summer and make sure this never happens to me again.
Of course I will. Come with me. Do you like Doritos? I collected an entire bag last summer that some kids just left out on the yard. I'll share them with you.
Totally. Wait, they're not Cool Ranch, are they?
Oh, that one's famous. I definitely remember it.
Yes, and what do you think the moral is there?
Oh, that's an easy one. Never put off for tomorrow and what you can do today.
Exactly. Live for today, yes, but plan for tomorrow too. Speaking of planning, our next trip takes us to ancient Persia in the Middle East, where we meet a tortoise whose hard work and crafty planning helped to get him out of a jam. Persia was an empire in ancient times and is known today as Iran. And now, let's hear the tale of the tortoise and the fox.
اکنون دوباره اینجا منم با یک بغل ترانه آواز خانه عاشق منم با حرف عاشقانه.
Once upon a time, there was a tortoise who was hardworking and clever. He was sowing corn seed in his fields one day when a fox happened to stroll past.
Ah, may your crops be bountiful, my fine tortoise.
The fox gave a grand bow and kept walking. The tortoise nodded and smiled in return and went back to his work. He did not see the fox again until the corn had sprung up nice and tall and Tortoise was in the fields watering it. The fox stopped and smiled broadly at Tortoise.
I wish you every success with your beautiful crops, friend Tortoise.
Once again, the fox gave Tortoise another sweeping bow, and once again, he continued on his way. The tortoise nodded again and continued watering his corn, with one eyebrow raised as he thought about what Fox might possibly be plotting.
I just know that Fox is up to something. But have you ever heard of a fox that isn't up to something? We've all heard the fairy tales with foxes in them. They simply can't be trusted. Still, he was polite and wished me well. I suppose I shouldn't make assumptions about animals I don't even know. But, well, we'll see.
Tortoise admired his corn, patted it with a smile, and went into his home. Not so long after this, autumn rolled around, and Tortoise happily and eagerly began harvesting the rewards of his hard work. No sooner had he gotten to work than old Fox showed up with an armload of big bags.
Woo! Oh, greetings and salutations, my dear Tortoise. Wow. Just wow. I knew we had worked hard, but I never expected we'd have such a bounty as this. I can already taste the corn pudding, popcorn, cornbread, and just plain old corn.
We? Excuse me, I must have misheard you. What in the world do you mean by we?
Oh no, you heard right. We grew this fine corn together, you and I. And I must say, we've done a fantastic job.
You're nuts. You didn't do jack diddly squat to grow this corn, and you know it. I knew you were up to something, you devil. Get out of here and leave me in peace.
How dare you discount my efforts I put into this corn? Did I or did I not wish you success with your crops? And are your crops indeed not splendid? I cannot believe what I am hearing.
So you think because you said a few kind of words to me that you're my partner and you're entitled to some of this corn? Ha! That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
And so the two animals shouted back and forth at one another until finally Fox took a deep breath, smoothed down his fur, and spoke calmly yet firmly to Tortoise.
All right. We clearly aren't getting anywhere. So here's what we are going to do. We are going to walk down to the pond, and from there we will have a race back here. Whoever gets here first will be the one to take the corn. No ifs, no ands, or no buts.
Fox smiled his foxiest smile, and Tortoise stood silent for a moment, thinking.
Fine, accept your challenge. But there must be no complaint once the race is over. The winner takes all, and no argument from the loser.
Done. We race tomorrow at dawn.
And with a swish of his tail, Fox strode away, beaming proudly. Now, what Fox didn't know is that Tortoise had an identical twin brother. Turtle called his brother over to his house with a plan in mind.
Brother! Good to see you. You must help me.
Good to see you too, I think. What's the trouble? You seem upset.
Oh, I am. Fox is trying to trick me into giving him all my hard work. He insists on a race to see who will keep the corn.
That's ridiculous. Everyone knows that you grew that corn all by yourself. And besides, you could never hope to beat Fox in a race. You're as slow as a tortoise.
Yes, I know. I have a plan though. Tomorrow at dawn we race. I will hide somewhere along the way, and you will hide here and pop out before Fox gets here. He'll never be able to tell us apart, and it'll seem as though you've truly been here all along.
A splendid plan. I'm glad to help. That Fox won't get away with his dirty tricks this time. All I require in return is an ear of corn or two to take home to the wife.
And so the brothers were agreed. The next morning, just before dawn, Tortoise's brother crawled under the bed and stayed put. Fox was already in the front yard, stretching and preparing himself for an easy win. The two animals set off to the pond down the road a ways, and when they counted off and began the race, Fox shot off as fast as his 4 legs could carry him. Tortoise pretended to be trying his best as he huffed and puffed along, but shortly he jumped behind a giant rock and hid. As Fox was already way ahead, he was none the wiser. A few minutes later, Fox came tearing down the road back to Tortoise's house, and he came to a skidding halt out front.
I've done it! Ha! I've won the race!
Fox did an obnoxious little victory dance all around the yard. Just then, Tortoise's front door swung open, and Tortoise's twin stepped out, yawning and stretching his arms in an exaggerated fashion.
Geesh, there you are. I've been here for ages already. I must say, I'm disappointed in you. I always thought foxes were fast runners. Shame about that corn, though.
Tortoise's twin smiled and rubbed his belly. Well, he rubbed to show where his belly would be anyway. The look on Fox's face, priceless. His jaw dropped open in disbelief as he stared and sputtered at the tortoise's twin.
Now, I think it's time you skedaddle on out of here, as you clearly lost. And I think it's best if you don't show your pointed face around here again. Capiche?
Fox hung his head, slumped his furry shoulders, and turned on his heel and walked away. He never bothered Tortoise again, and Tortoise had a wonderful winter with all kinds of delicious corn dishes.
اکنون دوباره اینجا منم با یک بغل ترانه آواز خانه عاشق منم با حرف عاشقانه آواز من در گوش تو آواز درد خانه با هم هم درد و آشنایی قربت هیچ است وقتی که یک صداییم که بود از خوب و بد رفت دست و پیش ما نیست خورشید و نور در دست ماست در دست آشنایی
I didn't know tortoises and foxes ate corn.
That was your main takeaway? What about the fact they were like talking and plotting and playing tricks on each other?
Well, now that I know they can talk, I suppose anything's possible.
And I'm proof. But what would you say the lesson here is?
Maybe don't cheat others lest you be cheated?
You reap what you sow?
Yes, both of those are important lessons to learn. Thank goodness Tortoise and Fox could teach them to us. Our next voyage takes us to the country of Nigeria, on the huge continent of Africa. Nigeria is famous for its fantastic animals. We can meet quite a few of my good friends there, like lion and ostrich, monkey and mongoose. It's time for the 10 Little Ostriches.
Miami Banco Mio, Mandupe. Miami Banco Mio, Mandupe. Mambolowo chile méjìlá lójúmọ́. Mambolowo chile mẹ́tàlá lójúmọ́.
Once there was a mother ostrich who had 10 new chicks. She was very proud of her chicks and fussed over them, fluffed their feathers, and told them just how perfect they were all day long.
Oh, my little fluffy wuffies! Mama's precious fuzzy babies! You're going to grow up one day and have the most beautiful feathers and be the fastest runners and just be the bestest ostriches there ever were. But first, Mommy's gotta go get her little boopsie spookies some food.
Ew. Anyways, Mama Ostrich left to go find some food for her chicks. She wasn't going long, but when she returned to the nest, she screamed in horror. Her chicks were gone. Even worse, leading away from the nest, she saw none other than lion paw prints besides those of her chicks.
This is a tragedy. Oh, woe is me. My teensy sweetums, gone, and with lion, no less. I must be brave. I must get my chicks back.
And with that, Ostrich, as scared as she might have been, followed the tracks right to Lion's den. There she found Lion, stretched out and comfortable, smiling serenely, with her 10 chicks nestled in her paws. Ostrich gathered all her bravery, all her nerve, and said,
"Give me back my chicks."
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Give me my chicks.
Your chicks? I haven't seen your chicks. The only kids I know about are my own little cubs, right here.
Those aren't cubs. They're not even lions. They're ostriches. And they're mine. Give them back at once.
I think you'll find that you're mistaken. Anyone can see that these are lion cubs. Go ahead, bring some of the other animals by. They'll tell you.
Ostrich knew she was stuck. She knew that there was simply no way she could rescue her chicks on her own. So she rushed off to gather some other animals to help her. She found Zebra and Monkey at the water hole and tearfully asked them to help her. Even though they were a little disgusted by the way that Ostrich talked about her stolen poopsie whoopsies, they felt very sorry for her and agreed to meet her at Lion's Den later that afternoon to help. As Ostrich made her way back to Lion's Den, she ran into Mongoose and once again shared her sad predicament. Ostrich also asked Mongoose to join Zebra and Monkey in helping her. Mongoose thought hard for a few moments and said to Ostrich,
I think I just also might be able to help you, but promise me that you will follow my directions exactly, though.
Anything at all. Just please help me rescue my little sweet widow, Snooky Ookums.
Okay. Now you must also promise me that if I help you, you will never talk in that voice again. No.
I suppose I can do that.
Excellent. Now, near Lion's Den, there is an enormous anthill. You must dig a hole under it with an entrance in the front and an exit at the back. Then you must walk over to Lion's Den and wait for the other animals to get there.
Ostrich thanked Mongoose with all her heart, then hurried on her way to dig the tunnel under the anthill as Mongoose had described. Soon after, Zebra and Monkey arrived at Lion's Den and Ostrich joined them.
See? Look at those gorgeous chicks with their pointy beaks and their soft feathers and their long, graceful necks. Those magnificent X-wings are my chicks and are clearly ostriches and not lions, as Lion says. Tell Lion. Tell her.
Lion got up without a word, stretched long and slow, and flexed her claws. She then stared Zebra and Monkey deep in the eye, with teeth bared ever so slightly while her tail lashed.
Well, it's plain that, it's obvious that those are lion cubs.
Zebra, how could you? Monkey, please tell Lion. Please.
I agree, no doubt about it. Those are definitely lions.
You cowards!
Ostrich stared and sputtered. She couldn't believe what she was hearing.
You cowards!
Just then, Mongoose shot forward.
What a bunch of baloney! You know darn well those aren't lions. Who had ever heard of a mom with fur and her babies with feathers? Wait, come to think of it, I see two types of birds here. Ostriches and chickens. Begone!
Lion snarled at Mongoose angrily, but Mongoose stepped closer to her and resumed taunting.
Pah, you lion, you're nothing but a thief and a liar.
Lion reared in fury and leaped after Mongoose, but Mongoose dove into the hole in the anthill that Ostrich had dug for her, just in time. While this was happening, Mama Ostrich hurried into the den, gathered up her chicks, and crept away into the brush as fast as they could. Lion didn't so much as twitch her tail as she stared down into the anthole, believing that it was only a matter of time before that pesky mongoose had to come back out and face the music. But of course, Mongoose crept quietly and quickly out the back exit, never looking back as he ran off from the focused, angry lion. In this way, all the animals escaped the wrath of Lion and never tired of telling the story of when Lion was tricked into staring for hours into an empty hole.
Miami Banco mío, máa dúpẹ́. Miami Banco mío, máa dúpẹ́. Má bọ́ lọ́wọ́ sílé méjìlá lójúmọ́. Má bọ́ lọ́wọ́ sílé mẹ́tàlá lójúmọ́. Má bọ́ lọ́wọ́ mágùn májìlá sátọ́ sí òhàé. Miami Banco mío, máa dúpẹ́. Miami Banco mío, máa dúpẹ́. Má bọ́ lọ́wọ́ sílé méjìlá lójúmọ́. Má bọ́ lọ́wọ́ sílé mẹ́tàlá lójúmọ́. Má bọ́ lọ́wọ́ mágùn májìlá sátọ́ sí òhàé. Ta ló lè jẹ́ o? Èmi ò lè jẹ́ o.
That mongoose was so smart.
And brave. Imagine calling a lion a thief to its face.
I think that's what the story is trying to tell us. Stealing and lying gets you nowhere. A lion, lion.
And that might doesn't always make right.
Precisely. The mighty lion is a popular character in fables. Our next story has a lion in it too. Our next trip will be to India, a very large country on the continent of Asia. Luckily, India also has clever animals to deal with lion. Here is the tale of The Lion and the Clever Jackals.
Deep in the jungle, there was a mighty and furious lion, which every morning he would wake up, stride to the entrance of his den, and let out a terrible roar, knowing perfectly well the terror he was striking into all the animals' hearts. But then he would flex.
Bruh, I'm like the king of this jungle. For real, I rule this land like a boss. Do you even lift, bruh? Cause I do, and I'm gonna lift you into my mouth. Boom!
Okay, so Lion was also kind of a jerk, not to mention that he pretty much ran off or ate every single animal that he came into contact with. No animal has escaped him once. But after years of dominance, the jungle was becoming pretty empty. In fact, soon there were no animals left except for the two little jackal brothers. The two jackal brothers were small, but they were far from stupid, and it took all their wits to avoid ending up in those lion's claws. Time after time, they avoided the lion by keeping on the move and using all their smarts to stay hidden from him. They knew there was no rest for them if they wanted to stay alive.
I can't go on like this much longer. I got thorns in my paws. There's nothing to eat, and I'm exhausted from running all this time. I just know the end is near.
I know, it's the same for me, but stay close to me. At least we've got each other. We'll think of some way out of this mess.
Oh, it gets me every time. But meanwhile, Lion was growing extremely hungry and extremely mad.
Bruh, come out here, bruh. I'm starving here. Bruh, hurry up. I've got to eat, and I've got to eat you. I've got to keep up my buff, you know what I'm saying? Things are starting to look a little lackluster in the beefcake department. It's just a matter of time, bruh. Bruh.
At last, the younger jackal could not run any further.
I'm done. I can't even anymore. Unless the thing's going fast, I'm toast. Literally.
All right, brother. I've got a plan. Just follow me a little bit further. We've got this. We'll fix this line once and for all.
So, younger brother followed big brother a short ways through the jungle. When he saw where his older brother had led him, however, his jaw dropped and he almost fainted. They were standing right outside of Lion's den.
Holy cannoli, what are you doing? Are you insane? Or are you giving up too?
Shh. Trust me. Just be quiet and follow my lead. Be brave.
Well. Bruh. Good of you to finally show up. I've only gone 3 days. 3 days with no food. Chasing you has been good cardio, so I'm not going to rage on that. But if you had just stopped and let me eat you sooner, I'd have a lot more chill right now.
The younger jackal was quaking with fear, his bony knees knocked together. But older jackal stepped forward and boldly and said,
Forgive us, royal bruh. We would have come to be eaten much sooner, but there is a way bigger lion in this jungle who has been chasing us away.
Bruh, not even. There's no way. I'm the only lion in this jungle, and I'm the biggest and baddest there is. No one can flex on me, bruh.
We've seen him with our own eyes. True, you're swole, you're shredded, but he is OP, overpowered. He is the real deal, and honestly, we think you'd better hide. He's in full beast mode, and I'd hate for something to happen to you.
Bruh, impossible. I hide from no one, and no one is as OP as I am. Take me to him, bruh. Show me this punk who needs to be taught a lesson.
All right, your kindliness, but don't blame us if you get hurt.
Older jackal moved to his younger brother, and the two of them made their way through the jungle with an extremely angry and puffed up lion hot on their heels. But after a little while, they came to a large well. Older brother stopped and pointed into the well.
Here it is, your royal dudeness. Here's where the mightiest lion we've ever seen lives. Please, your highness, be careful.
Lion snorted, and with a pointed look at the two little jackals and one last bruh, he patted down the well and stared down it. There he saw his reflection in the water, which of course he mistook for another lion. Now, there are plenty of smart lions out there, but our bruh here? Not so much.
Yo, you got a problem, bruh? This is my jungle, or haven't you heard?
As Lion shook his mane and growled, the lion in the well did the same, which enraged the real lion even further.
See how powerful he is? How mighty? I'd run now while you still can, your highness. There's no way anyone could defeat this almighty warrior.
What? How dare you say such a thing? This clown is no match for me, and I'm gonna learn him a lesson, bruh. You just watch. Wait here, though, because I'm gonna need a second course after I tear him apart.
Lion snorted and roared and showed the other lion his most terrifying poses. Of course, the other lion did the same. So, our easily fooled Brut completely flipped out, screamed with rage, and dove headfirst into the well. The little jackals howled with laughter and did the same celebratory dance that they would always do. Lions sputtered and splashed and shouted at the brothers.
Get me out of here, bro. Like now, bro. Help me out or I'm gonna freak out all over you wimps.
Well, that's a mood. Apologies.
Best of luck. It's our jungle now, bruh.
And the little jackals scampered off, happy and safe at last.
They fooled a fool, didn't they? In fact, I think that's what that story was about.
Brains over brawn, right? That line really reminds me of some of the game chants I've come across. Really puts the dumb in dumbbell.
Most definitely. Using your noggin can help you overcome even the toughest problems. As we travel next to Japan, a nation of islands in the Pacific Ocean, we will once again see brains triumph. Only this time, we'll be under the sea. Please enjoy our final tale of How the Jellyfish Lost His Bones.
In the beginning of time, the kingdom of the sea was ruled by the Dragon King and Queen. One day, the Dragon Queen fell ill, and so the king sent for the finest fish doctor in the sea, Dr. Shark. The doctor gave the queen some medicine, which didn't seem to help at all. Then, Dr. Shark tried giving the queen some pills, and sadly, those were not help either. Finally, the doctor covered the queen in a soothing ointment, and again, the queen felt no better at all. No matter what the doctor tried, the Dragon Queen felt worse and worse.
Doctor, I know that you are the best fish doctor in the sea, but nothing you have done has worked. Surely there is something that will cure the queen.
Well, there is one more thing that might cure the queen, but it can't be found under the sea.
And what is it?
I have heard tell that a monkey's liver is a cure for many mysterious illness. If we can find a way to get one, the queen may well recover.
Certainly, a monkey's liver. I knew that. Sheesh. Then go on we must. I cannot lose my beloved queen. The question is, where can we get one?
Perhaps we can get one from Monkey Island. It's not too far from here.
Yes, Monkey Island, obviously. Duh! I was merely testing you. But now, how to get it?
Said Jellyfish, she can walk.
Yes, of course. I knew that. Sheesh! Doctor, bring Jellyfish here at once.
The doctor bowed a sharp bow and swam off to bring Jellyfish before the king and queen. In those days, Jellyfish had a round, luminous shell as bright as the moon, and 4 legs for straying on the seabed. Jellyfish was very honored and pleased to be summoned by the king and queen. Dr. Shark had told her that she was to be given a mission of great importance, and Jellyfish let that go to her head somewhat.
Your Highness, it is my great pleasure to serve you. How can I be of service to you?
Jellyfish, yes. Just the luminous blob I was hoping to see. We have desperate need of your abilities. The queen has fallen ill, and her only hope may be found in the eating of a monkey's liver. You must travel to the island of the monkeys and bring us one back.
Wow, never heard of such a thing. Monkey's liver, eh? Strange, strange. Speaking of strange, I can just stroll right up onto the island with my 4 legs and get you that monkey. Only, how will I convince the monkey to come back with me?
Well, you could,
Tell Jellyfish about the wonders of our undersea palace. Tell him that we are having a banquet in their honor. Who would refuse such an offer?
Yes, that was on the tip of my tongue exactly. Do that. I have spoken.
I thank you for this marvelous opportunity to serve your majesties. I shan't fail you.
So the jellyfish set off away to Monkey Island. No sooner had she gotten there and come ashore. Then she spied a monkey in a tree, eyeing him curiously.
Good day, my fine monkey. You're just the monkey I've been looking for. Quite a lovely island you have here. Looks like you have all the coconuts any monkey could ever want. And I see you've made a nice little bed out of sticks and leaves. But I've been sent here to show you a location even more wondrous.
So, what would this wondrous location be?
Underwater domain of the Dragon King and Queen. It has the most beautiful landscapes you've ever seen, and the brightest and best of anything this great world has to offer. High-speed internet, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, etc. 800 thread count, 100% Egyptian cotton sheets. Everything you've ever wanted. In fact, I've been sent here to invite you to a spectacular banquet in your honor. Come with me and see for yourself.
Banquet, eh? Well, I do love to eat. And I like things that are beautiful. So how could I go wrong? All right, whatever you are. But how will I get there?
Easily. Climb upon my shell, and I'll carry you there myself. You won't regret it.
Monkey leapt out of his tree and onto Jellyfish's shell. The two of them set off across the sea.
What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. Just the fact that I tricked you entirely. I'm bringing you to the Dragon King and Queen so the Queen can eat your liver and be cured of her illness. Isn't that a stitch?
Oh boy. I do wish you would have told me before we left the island.
Why would I do something so completely stupid? You might not have come with me.
Oh no, it isn't that. It's just that I left my liver in the tree. You see, it's very heavy, so I take it out to give myself a rest. I was just so excited about this banquet of yours and Egyptian cotton and sheets, whatever those are.
Now, Jellyfish didn't know anything about monkeys or liver, so she wasn't quite sure what to do with this information.
Oh, never mind my liver. I'm sure the king and queen will be delighted to wine me and dine me. Anyways, in fact, I'm sure my charming presence alone will cure the queen. Let's just keep going.
No. I can't bring you to the banquet without it. The king and queen will be furious. No, we simply must go back and get it. I'm turning around.
All right, suit yourself.
As soon as they reached the island, Monkey jumped off of Jellyfish's back and scrambled up into the nearest tree.
All right, let's get going. Get that liver and let's scram. I don't want to keep the king and queen waiting a moment longer.
Oh, I have my liver already. Right here inside me. As it always was, and as it always will be. I still don't know what kind of creature you are, but I sure know a fool when I see one. Ha!
The jellyfish knew that then she had been tricked. She felt incredibly foolish, and she walked back into the sea and back to the Dragon King and Queen, having no choice but to explain what had happened. When the Dragon King heard how Jellyfish had spoiled everything by bragging to the monkey, he ordered his guards to remove Jellyfish's shell and take the bones out of her legs as punishment. Now the jellyfish swims the seas boneless and shellless, truly living up to its name. But there was a happy ending after all. When the queen heard the whole story, she laughed until she felt much, much better.
That was a wild story. What does it mean, though?
Don't try to trick a monkey or you'll end up boneless.
Well, you really shouldn't try and trick anyone, I'm sure of that.
Well, one thing we do know is that laughter really is the best medicine.
I think it's really interesting how so many cultures around the world have so many different animal stories with morals.
It shows you that we aren't so different after all, no matter where we live or what we look like. We all want to do right, and who doesn't enjoy a good story? Fables are popular the world over, and with good reason. Hopefully you've enjoyed our journey around the globe in 6 tales. Well, no tails on my back end, but you know what I mean. Not to mention, you got to fly first class with me on your lap. That reminds me, did I ever tell you about the guinea pig who lived happily ever after?
I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. The monkey lit some punk and burnt the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees. And that was the end of the monk, 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 the monk. I went to the animal fair, the birds and the beasts were there. A kangaroo from Kalamazoo sat down in a rocking chair. The monkey sat kerplunk right on the elephant's trunk. The elephant coughed and fell in the trough. And that was the end of the monk, 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 the monk. I went to the animal show where all of the animals go. A tall giraffe was making me laugh by yelling, "Look out below!" The monkey pulled a chunk of hair from the elephant's trunk. The elephant snored, fell down on the floor. And that was the end of the monk, 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 the monk. I went to the animal park, and the beasts from Noah's Ark had gathered all and were having a ball one day when the moon was dark. They met in a forest glade and drank pink lemonade. They laughed and talked and hooted and squawked. And here is the sound they made. They made. I went to the animal zoo to call on a new I knew. Though the new I knew was new, he knew all the news on the avenue. The new said, "How do you do?" And I said, "How are you?" The new said, "You, I got the flu, ka-choo, 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 ka-choo."